passion for me was really in dog training, seeing the results and the change in the dog's life. Like my family already had a 50-year tool construction supply business that I could have already stepped into and taken.
Right, okay.
Right, but that's not really where my passion was.
You get to a place where you can have that opportunity that you're following and also it be your passion. I mean, that's kind of like a win-win.
Seeing the change in people's dogs, and it's good money. We bill out high.
What's up with dog training? Like you were just like the Caesar Milan, you were like, hey, and like getting dogs to do what you wanted, and you're like, I have a gift for this.
I wanted to be the Caesar Milan, but instead I had multiple dogs with behavioral issues, and I didn't know what to do.
Are you ready to feel like it's Friday every day? I'm Mark Labriola II, and this is the Friday Habit. We interview experts to learn how to bring excitement, possibility, and sweet, sweet relief into every single day, no matter what day it is. If you're a small business owner, entrepreneur, or agency leader, get ready to grow your business, lead with purpose, and build a life you love. Welcome to the Friday Habit. It's a beautiful Friday. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, it's Friday, and it's awesome. It's Friday everywhere I go. My kids are like, hey, why are you so happy? I'm like, it's Friday in my mind. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in today. And today we have a great guest. We have my new best friend, Ryan Wimpey. Welcome to the Friday Habit.
What's up, Mark? Thanks for having me, dude. I am glad we're best friends already. It's exciting. I'm now going to have to go to Denver. I was going to wait till it was summer, right? Because it's freezing outside. But
yeah. But you know what? You get away from that muggy. Is it humid in Oklahoma? Because listen, the last time I was in Oklahoma, I went out there in like, I don't know, it was like maybe July or August.
Bad call.
Yeah, because I went outside at like 1 a.m. in the morning and it was still like 100 degrees at night and 100% humidity. I'm like, what is going on here?
It's beautiful in Oklahoma. It's very flat, a lot of industrial buildings.
Yeah.
Sod farms, a lot of churches, quick trips, restaurants.
Oil and gas, baby.
Beautiful landscaping here.
Oil and gas, yeah. Well, hey,
the humidity is real, dude. It's brutal. You step out of the shower and just start sweating sometimes, even inside. It's weird. I don't know.
You got a double shower all the time.
It's crazy.
Well, hey, for people who don't know, you are the founder of Tip Top Canine Dog Training, a thriving business with 18 locations across the country. And since 2008, you have not only transformed the lives of countless dogs and their owners, but also mastered the art of scaling a service-based business. So I'm sure we are excited to talk to you about business scaling and maybe some dog stuff too.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's kind of hard to book with you. You're kind of a big deal. So we have 20 now. We have 24.
Oh, okay.
We're in the process of being open. So
let's go.
It take a long time to book with you.
Yeah, I know. We get booked out pretty quick. This is I think this May will be our 200th episode, and we've been going for 5 years now. And so,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been great. I love this show, and I get to meet awesome people like you and have great conversations every week. And so I'm #blessed. So, okay, Ryan, let's talk a little bit about just your business adventure. Just a little bit about like how you got into business, how you started your business, and like why did you even decide to do that? You know, did you come from a long family of business entrepreneurial people?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, so it was like in the blood.
It's in the blood. Grandma and grandpa started a business. My dad ran a business. My aunt and uncle owned a few franchises. My other aunt and uncle owned a climbing store.
Okay.
Everyone kind of had their own business.
Yeah, so you were around it.
Yeah, I was around it. My grandpa on my other side was a COO of a Fortune 500 company. So the guy who has his job now has like a $2 million a year salary.
Wow.
So, yeah. So the business is kind of in the family.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Every holiday, every meal time was all business talk since I was just a little feller. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it came. I did grow up in it.
Yeah, that's great. And so obviously, were you like one of those kids who like had the lemonade stand or the paper route, or you were kind of always hustling, trying to make money? Like what was that like?
It started, so like my real business pursuit started like 8th grade, right? Okay. I mowed some lawns and stuff because they're like, oh, you need money to buy things you want. So I'm like, okay, how do we get money to like do hard work? And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's okay. All right. 8th grade was when I learned about sales. So my mom did sales. 8th grade, the whole class is going on a trip, Washington, D.C. This is like, I don't know. I'm 40 now, so this is a while ago. Did the math.
Back in my day.
It's not a math show. Yeah. So I said, hey,
2004.
We need $1,300 to go to Washington, D.C. And they're like, oh, it's great. How are you going to do that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? No, everyone's parents are paying. And they're like, oh, no. Yeah, no, we're definitely not giving you $1,300. Are they doing any fundraisers? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, all my friends are going. So long story short, the school sold flowers, right? Like pansies and mums.
Yeah.
And I sold like a quarter, 25% of what the whole school sold. Okay. Like mom told me how to make a script. We went door to door for like an unforeseen amount of time, like 3 months of door to door, literally. Wow. Same script. I sold like $3,600 worth of flowers back in 2000, whatever. And I went to Washington, D.C. And that was kind of the first time when I realized, like, hey, sales gets you what you want.
Yeah, totally. 100%. Yeah. So, I think a lot of people they hate sales. And I get it. I mean, sales kind of suck. And I think you got to find your own selling style. I don't think it's a one size fits all. I want to say that a lot of people in the industry who write books and stuff, like, oh, here's the ABCs of selling, like this is how you do it. And this is how you need to, pursue the close and overcome objections and all these other kind of things. And I don't think that is necessarily always the right path for everybody. And I think each individual person has a unique gift to offer the world, and if they just push into that and they're authentic, they can do a good job selling. But you got to overcome some of the fears of like talking to other people and asking for a sale and things like that.
We train, so like I train dog trainers, right? And I train salespeople, but like people who want to become a dog trainer or run dog training businesses, they are not that person that like wants that Grant Cardone type sales stuff, right? That like
10 exit, man.
They're like, close the deal, arm wrestle them to sign. No. At Tip Top, we don't even use contracts. Like we sell and tell people, hey, we'll give you 100% money back if you want it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right? So when I train salespeople, we do a three-prong approach based on what you're. First, I'm like, hey, you be the doctor, be the professional, right? You're not there to be an order taker. You're the professional. 2, take all the focus off yourself, what you're saying, what you're trying to do. Focus on the client's needs, right? Everyone's got a sales radar now. When you try that strong arm crap, dude, it just it can work.
They can smell it coming.
They do. They got this radar. It's like, and now they're like pushing you out of their house, right?
Yeah, totally. So
I'm like, hey, be the doctor, be the professional, know your craft, focus on their needs above what you want to pitch.
Yeah.
And then we tell them like, hey, Bob Ross it, man. Bob Ross, like the painter?
Little happy tree.
Happy trees. Paint those word pictures that put the client in the picture using your service. That's what we focus on, and we take all this pressure off.
Yeah, that's good. I hate
salespeople with pressure,
Totally, yeah. That's great. That's good. Okay, so you had your little flower selling shop, made yourself got to DC with the team and had a happy ending there. What was so you started, was it 2008? Was the Tip Top?
I started Tip Top 2010.
Okay, 2010. Okay, so you started training in 08.
Correct.
Okay, and why did you, what's up with dog training? Like you were just like the Caesar Milan, you were like, hey, and like getting dogs to do what you wanted, and you're like, I have a gift for this.
I wanted to be the Caesar Milan, but instead, I had multiple dogs with behavioral issues, and I didn't know what to do. And I'm, this guy's going crazy. He's running away. I'm chasing him for hours. I take him on a walk, and he's like, He's like choking himself on the walk. People are staring at me. I'm either chasing him or he's choking himself for like 30-minute walk at a time and barking nonstop. Like all these behavioral issues just got me obsessed with like the craft of dog training.
Yeah.
That's really where it started.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, we had a neighbor who had one of those dogs, and it was like every time they would open their door, or like it was like the slow mo, like don't open the front door, because the dog would just bolt, and then they would spend like 2 or 3 hours trying to get their dog back, and it was
My
just
first dog. That is literally Curly. That's Curly.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
So anyway, so you got into the dog training, like training your own dog, because you're like, all right, I'm gonna try to be best in show here in the next couple years, and so you're training the dog, and you kind of fall in love with it, like, or somebody else says, hey man, can you train my dog? Like, what's the journey?
I actually ended up. I had my dog Curly. And I had roommates at the time. So many issues. Curly actually had to go live with my mom, and then she never gave him back. So I was very sad.
Like old Yeller name, like he had to go to the farm.
Like he said,
he went to go live with my mom on the farm.
Yeah.
Never came back.
Yeah, no. And then I got my next dog, and I started reaching out to professional trainers because I was like, hey, chasing a dog for 2 or 3 hours is super fun. Love it. But I like time with my dog in a different way.
Yeah, totally. Okay. So then you started reaching out and seeing how the pros do it.
Yeah, I actually tried to work for a dog trainer that I worked with training my dog, and they said no. And so then I said, can I work for free? And they're like, I guess. So I worked for free until I got, hired.
Okay, that's a good method. I tell a lot of young guys, like, hey, just do stuff for free, and if you're good at what you do, eventually you'll get work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just put the hustle muscle out there, man. It's really hard to say no to free work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so then you got into it and started doing it, and then at what point did you say to yourself, like, I'm going to start a business doing this?
Yeah, so I'd like to say I just wrote out the master plan, but what happened is that I loved what I was doing. The people I worked with, they moved, right?
No.
So I go, hey, I go back to like a real job, or I do my own business and train dogs. Like I got like 1 or 2 options. So that's when I started Tip Top, because I was like seeing the change in these dogs. People had dogs like mine that are running away, knocking over the baby, eating food off the table, dragging them down the street, and hey, 3 or 4 weeks, boom, all fixed, right? They're excited. I'm excited. I'm like, oh, this is the best thing ever. They're like, oh, this is awesome. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to go back to a desk job? No way.
Yeah.
So ended up starting my own business. Originally, the marketing was like, hey, I had a $1,500 van with a $1,500 wrap, and I just go train dogs behind Chick-fil-A for hours. And that was my lead gen.
Was that like, that intro scene of Dumb and Dumber where he's got that shaggy dog van?
It wasn't as nice as that van.
Okay.
Back in 2010, it was literally like an electrician van, and they had like 230,000 miles on it.
Okay.
And I just had it painted with like the cheapest base paint and bright yellow.
Okay.
And then vinyl lettering. And then, dude, I just go train dogs in public behind Chick-fil-A at lunchtime, 11 till 2 every day. That was my lead gen.
Nice. And it worked out, right? I mean, you started getting some leads.
It did.
It's like a driving billboard.
Yeah, it was.
Was there like a slogan like, we make your dogs better, or some sort of catchphrase on the van?
We weren't there yet.
Just a phone number?
There was no call to actions on the van. It was just, there was no web. It was just the name and the number, and free first thing, right? That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. All right. So you started off just a one-man band. Did you have did you think about? Obviously, it was like the business kind of fell in your lap in some ways because they moved, and you're like, all right, I'm already kind of doing this business. Did you have any inklings to do another type of business, or like open a frozen yogurt shop or something like that, or did you think like you saw the potential in dog training and the profit margin, all that kind of stuff was there, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to go all in this direction?
Yeah, the passion for me was really in dog training, seeing the results and the change in the dog's life. Like my family already had a 50-year tool construction supply business that I could have already stepped into and taken.
Right, okay.
Right, but that's not really where my passion was.
Yeah.
Seeing the change in people's dogs, and it's good money. We bill out high, right? And if people get good results, like now a dog running away, one of my trainers is going to fix that in 1 hour. 1 or 2 hours, 1 or 2 lessons. We have a dog coming off leash from 50, 60 feet away. Is now super normal. Fixing the jumping 1 lesson, eliminating pulling in 2 lessons. Like that's super normal now. And so those type of results get people really excited.
Yeah, and I could see too how that could be really rewarding and fulfilling. Recently I heard someone who said they said don't follow your passion but follow opportunity.
Yeah,
and I think there's some truth to that for sure, because I think there's a lot of generation that's just like, oh, I just want to follow my passion. I'm like, well, this is why you're broke, because you just want to follow your passion. And I kind of have fallen into, it was more of like, it was just opportunity. Like I always just said yes to things, right? Like maybe I didn't know how to do it, but it was like, all right, I'll figure it out. I can Google something and learn a skill or do whatever. And so I always tried to follow the opportunity. But I think when you can get to a place where you can have that opportunity that you're following and also it be your passion, I mean, that's kind of like a win-win.
Yeah, that's a super win. It's at a high level, all business is the same. You got to market, you have to make sales, train a team, provide a service, have accounting and HR, right? High level, every business eventually is going to look the same. So if it's all going to look the same, you might as well do something that you actually like.
Yeah.
Right. And your passion is always going to come across to the consumer. Now, if you're in manufacturing, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right. If you're in manufacturing, your passion doesn't matter. But when you're in the home service business, especially if you're dealing with someone's dog or their kid,
right,
passion does matter at the client level, at least at the client facing level.
Yeah, totally. Because you obviously, when someone works with you too, it's like that teacher who's just a complete jerk, and it's like, why you hate kids? Why are you a teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta like what you do, especially when it is that customer facing and relationship type, business.
Yeah, I agree with you as far as opportunity goes. Like, hey, wherever those doors open, so those doors just opened for me, right? But yeah, I tell people, they're like, well, I'm not passionate about like lawn care. I'm like, okay, cool, but guess what?
Yeah. You got a mower, and a lot of people want that their service. Yeah,
absolutely. Whenever I was starting up dog training, I did for like one summer, income went down. Dude, I picked up the mower, started banging doors again.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you still got to work and make money, whether it's your passion or not.
Right.
At the end of the day, you have to make income.
Totally. I totally agree with that. So then what was that turning point like where you started growing, and do you remember what the catalyst was to that and where you got to the point to where you needed to like start hiring people, and then kind of walk us through that journey of growing and scaling and then, franchising?
So really the first one was, hey, get a pretty good website, not a crappy one. A good
the default GoDaddy, website that you build yourself.
Yeah. So the Chuck in a Truck guy that is building your website. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Right. So a good website that actually converted, actually getting people to answer the phone, and then I hired a sales coach. Right. And then the next thing I hired was a new marketing person. Right.
Yeah. So in the beginning, you were the sales coach and the marketing person.
You could say that, yes. Yeah.
And so then you got to a point to where, is the sales coach the salesperson who's coaching you, or that is
coaching me?
Okay.
Yeah. So I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We were driving 2 hours once a week to the best sales coach we could find in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so where did your thinking go as far as that? I mean, that seems like a very interesting first step of like hiring a sales coach. Because you just don't hear of that often, I think, especially when someone's starting their business out. Because one, it's probably like, I have to pay somebody to like teach me something I can Google.
Right. Yeah. Well, first, I don't want to do the strong arm sales.
Yeah.
Right. And I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to train anyone besides me if there's not some sort of a system.
Right.
And so I think high level, if I'm like, hey, if I get around the people that are selling, there's a difference between people who can sell and like the best salespeople in an industry. And the amount of income that those best people make is normally like 5 or 10x what an average person makes.
Right. Yeah.
Right. At least double, like minimum. If you sell like whatever, you sell printers or some random thing.
Yeah.
Whoever's the best salesperson in the company is always making at least double what the middle tier is doing. And so for me, it just made sense because I'm like, hey, we did board and trains. I used to take dogs into my home, train them, and then go back and train people. And I'm like, I hear other parts of the country, people are doing this for triple the price. And my customers are beating me up over my low price.
Right.
right? So I'm like,
so that was a sales thing. That was like a
sales thing.
That's interesting to me because you think like Oklahoma, it's like okay, yeah, it's a smaller market. There's not some bougie purse lady with a dog, that wants it to be trained. It's like it's just the average American who's like, hey, I don't want my dog to run away.
What makes our franchise good is my market is the lowest income, highest poverty market of all the franchises we have.
Really?
Yes. So if the sales method works in Tulsa, Oklahoma,
it's going to work anywhere.
Works everywhere.
Okay.
Literally.
Awesome. Yeah. That's really interesting because I think people use that as an excuse of like, oh, well, my market's real small or my market's not a rich market or whatnot. And so walk me through that. That kind of intrigues me as far as that goes, that you were saying that you were having people, there was a hesitancy or a barrier when you were selling people a low cost thing and they were kind of throwing a fit. But then this sales training, what was the mindset or what was the shift that you had that then helped you increase your pricing and then have people just bend over backwards and do slapjacks to like work with you?
The biggest thing was really leveling up the level of professionalism, how I'm presenting, how I'm talking to someone. And I used to go in selling what I wanted to sell them. Instead of really sincerely actually listening. Early on, I'm doing Zig Ziglar stuff, right? 2010, I'm reading the Zig Ziglar book, and I'm trying to repeat that.
Yeah, the Amway sales techniques. Yeah.
And what's happening is at that time, people's radars now go up in like half a second. They knock on the door, and I'm like, who's there? Oh, he's about to sell me solar, right?
Yeah, bug spray.
Bug guy. Right. So I was like, hey, there's some disconnect here. And so part of it was the level of professionalism, how the presenting was going, how it was laid out. And the second was really the focus on the end consumer, making sure that I'm really listening to them, listening to their needs. And we had to rearrange packages and actually make packages based off not what was actually on the market at that point, but what the consumer's actually asking for. So like early on, I had like one board and train, one lesson package, and I could fix all the issues with that. But that didn't matter because that wasn't only what people wanted. They actually wanted bigger lesson packages, longer board and train programs, shorter board and train programs. It's like whenever they do they try to find the best Diet Coke or the best pizza sauce flavor.
Yeah.
They can't find it because everyone's taste buds are a little different. And it's the same with consumers in the service market. Everyone has a little bit different need. And if you just try to take your one product and make it serve all needs, you're going to get some pushback from the consumers. And in order to push that product, you're going to have to push even harder, and now you're going to get a little more pushback.
Yeah. And so it was a language change and a professionalism change.
Correct.
As far as like you kind of presented yourself as this high-end, clean, reputable, friendly, business owner, and then really dialing into like what it is that you hear the person needs and then tailoring your package specific to them. And so then when it was a higher number than what you were charging before, there was less pushback because they felt more connected to the end service.
Correct. Yeah. Even now, a lot of times people will be like, you're kind of one of the highest priced. I'm like, well, really, we probably are the highest priced.
Yeah.
And they just go, oh.
Yeah, you're not going to find a higher price out there. Just cut them off at the knees.
Or say, hey, are you looking for a cheaper dog trainer? And they're like, no, I want the best. Okay, well, we're here. Tip-top's in the house. Let's go.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Early on, but I don't think the level of professionalism. Also, the systems weren't as tight. And so I think the results varied a little bit from trainer to trainer, too. Early on, it was me and a few guys, right?
Yeah.
Or a few ladies. So once the phones got answered better, everything looked better, we were able to raise the prices a whole lot. And that's the power of a brand.
Yep. Yeah. I totally agree that it's I always say it's like a subconscious experience that someone has, right? When they come to your website, they may not be a brand expert or know why they like what they see or feel or connect with, but it's like a subconscious thing. And I think that's what the brand is selling you without you saying anything,
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, so here you are. You're tightening up your sales, messages, and you're getting your brand on point. And at that point, did you focus on like SEO and digital advertising and trying to get out there? So when someone searched dog trainer, you were the first thing that showed up. Like, what was some of that stuff?
I mean, 2011, 12, I'm like on the blogs.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're blogging.
I'm
How
on
to pick up dog poop properly.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out AdWords in 2012 did not look like it did today.
Right.
It was very basic. Keyword research was very easy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But still it's still a platform where you could just burn money if you don't know what you're doing.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So I did, and that's when I kind of hired my first marketing consultant because I was just burning money. And I'm like, hey, 2012, I have a guy now. Right. I've grown up in the world. He's taking the van behind Chick-fil-A for 3 hours instead of me. Right. I'm doing sales or actually paid stuff. Right.
Yeah.
So it went on, but eventually had to move on to that. That was a big game changer, getting the digital ads running. Mm-hmm. Right. And then just Google reviews back in, the early days of Google reviews.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having your business profile just all dialed in and lots of happy people.
We've gone through lots of marketing consultants. I think that's just huge. Digital ads is huge, right? Yeah. There's no way of getting around it.
Well, especially in a service-based business where it's like you're trying to get in front of a customer. It's just it seems to me that's probably the best way to do it. B2B is a little bit different, and I think a little bit harder in that, but B2C is digital ads for sure. So yeah. So all right. So then you were feeling good. Like, did you have any like moments where you wanted to throw in the towel and be like, I'm tired of this, or this is not working? Or has it been just like #blessed, slowly growing over the past, Yeah,
I wish. No, it's been hard, man. Some of the times, especially in the early days, our startup period is hard. At one time we had 12 dogs in my 1,400 square foot house, 3-bed, 2-bath. Right.
Jeez.
So I would have
he's just everywhere.
Yeah, 10 to 12 dogs. So I'm waking up at 6:37, going to bed 10, 11, whatever, and I'm pottying the dogs when I wake up and when I go to bed, and I'm training in between and then doing client appointments.
Oh, wow.
So now we really don't let people run that out of their house like that. They'll have like two, while they're moving into a facility at a time.
Yeah.
Right? But that was,
Yeah.
I mean, that is a hard pace to keep up with. Now, we were doing good. Like on holidays, I'm just blacking out. I'm just sleeping on the ground, just, passing out on the couch, anywhere I can lay down.
Yeah, yeah.
So that growth time was a little hard because I'm having to I was just training people in my living room back in the day. So I'm like moving the couches, training people in my living room. What happened, though, is I got married. And my new wife is like,
hell no.
People are showing up at 7 a.m. Sometimes they're leaving at 8:30 p.m. like 7 days a week. Like, this is not going to work. Also, you do know we're in the middle of the city, right? So eventually I had to get a little more professional.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. That's cool. And then at what point did you think like, hey, you know what? I think I could teach other people how to start a business. And did you look into other methods than franchising, or, like, I guess I don't really know what other types of methods there are out there.
Well, you
licensing.
Right? So we licensed it first. We actually opened up 6 corporate stores.
Okay.
For 2 years, because franchising is expensive.
Right.
Right. To start, it's very expensive. So we really need proof of concept. We actually licensed 6 stores. We actually, during that time, we changed our initial training period from 4 weeks long to 6 weeks long, which is a really long initial training period. Mm-hmm. But if you go on, like in Oklahoma or Texas, Michigan, Tampa, all those areas, we're like the top or second ranked trainer in tons of cities. Right.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's because our people are training 2 or 3 times longer than other trainers. But we figured that out when we licensed. Also, we figured out we need to do all the call center support because we have dog trainers. Mm-hmm. They're not answering their phone. They're training dogs, right? So during that time, we added a full call center. We took over everyone else's Google ads too, and then made a little product company that just buys from 30 different places and then drop ships directly, or we warehouse some of it and then ship to all the people.
Okay.
Yeah. So we learned a lot of issues licensing and just making corporate stores
Okay.
And then we flipped 5 of those 6 into franchises.
Okay, nice. Yeah. And then now, do you focus more on the franchising side of things, and kind of helping people be successful? And is there a certain type of person or personality that you look for? Like, do you ever deny somebody a franchise because you're like, hey, you probably won't be a good fit for this?
Yeah. I mean, the 2 types of fits really is people who love dogs and want to kind of own their own job, right? And the second is people who love dogs and want to run a big business and make a whole lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Like, we get people and they're like, hey, I have money. I want to make a lot of money, but I don't really like dogs.
Yeah.
You're not a good fit. We turn down people with checks. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to protect the brand.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And so then, like on a day-to-day for you, are you kind of thinking of new ways to optimize and systematize and things like that? Or have you gotten things pretty dialed in as far as like, what you do? And then I guess my other question would be is, with the franchising, was there a lot of learning curve as far as creating those systems and processes and all that kind of stuff, so you have a really compelling package that you can kind of sell somebody?
Yeah. So great questions. The first question, yes, I do still coach people. I work with trainers when they come in, especially the owners. If they come into corporate, I'm going to be working with them. I'm involved on the 6-week initial trainings. More of my day-to-day, like we just launched a new website and our conversions went up about 12%.
Wow. Nice.
Right? Yeah. But that took a long time. I was super amped about that. But when I do that, 12% times 20, that geeks me out, right?
Yeah.
When we changed call center softwares, our lead to booking rate went up 8%, right? From 60 to 68%, like that. But that took a long time. That's the stuff I'm involved in. But then as far as the day-to-day on either one of those, like I'm out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You built the life you love.
Yeah. So as far as, what was your second question?
The systematizing, like preparing a package in order to then, sell.
Well, so I started working on our business. Then we started working on linear workflows before franchising, started checklisting everything. And then what happened is after 2 or 3 years of actually working on the business, all of a sudden I'm like, it doesn't really matter if I go into work or not. And I just got bored.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I fire people so I can go back to training dogs? And so I still take up some appointments even now. I get some aggressive monsters. I still train them.
Okay, nice.
And normally if I'm like doing shadows and I have locations with me, occasionally I'll still take dogs because I like it.
Yeah.
But the system got dialed in before we licensed, and then we fixed during those 2 years of licensing when we had people that, hey, they don't have as much experience as me. We're basically giving them the model and they're breaking it. Right? Like if you've read The Lean Startup or Ready, Fire, Aim with Michael Masterson, we did that model where we're throwing it out there and we're breaking it as fast as possible. And then so like our first 2, we went from 4 weeks to 5 and then 5 to 6, and then we've stayed at 6. And then before we franchised, we already realized the amount of support that some of these are going to need, because if even right now, 4 of my locations are on a wait list, right? If they're on a wait list and they have people that have paid deposits waiting to give them like $3 or $4 grand, they are not focused on exactly how to order a print material or did that person reconfirm, or they texted you to reschedule. So we have a call center. We try to handle as much back office stuff as possible.
Yeah, which makes it a very compelling franchise, right? Where it's like, man, if I can kind of do the part that I love and you guys handle all that, then yeah. That's awesome, man. It sounds like you've really had a exciting journey, and
it's been exciting.
Yeah. So what does that look like as far as you got to a place where you kind of built all these great systems and processes, and the team was rocking and rolling and things were doing good, and you're like, all right, like, what do I do now? Like,
right.
What do you see yourself kind of doing next? How do you envision the business growing and scaling, and like, do you imagine ever like selling or exiting, Yeah,
not right now. It's not even really a thought. I mean, a lot of these owners, right now, 1/3 of the owners are like either my employees that left and opened up a location, or we've even had a lot of clients. So we have 2 clients that own multiple locations right now. So a lot of these are like my people. So I don't want to leave.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's awesome.
As far as the future right now, we're focused on 40 locations because we do a lot of support. We don't right now. I got 14 people in the call center. We have 4 locations that are opening. We're looking to add another 16, but that's putting me at probably around estimated 30 people in a call center, and a few of those being managers. And so at that point, we're going to have to we already have the next call center software planned out, but we're going to have to reassess. And I mean, at 100 locations, which is what most franchises strive for, that puts us at about 2 floors of call center.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because we're a control freak. I want to keep everything in-house and be better than everyone else. Like right now, you fill out a form on our website, probably getting a call in under 2 minutes, a live person, right?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So have you seen things like that? You're not farming it out to India, or you're not having the Philippines respond to your emails and stuff like that. Yeah. So what is that? Have you seen that as something where you feel like, yeah, this definitely sets us apart and makes us like,
it's a huge differentiator.
Yeah.
I don't remember the stat. There's a stat out there on the consumers. They go with the person who calls them the fastest. And there's a percentage. And there's like a 20-30% more likely that you're the one that actually makes the sale if your people call them first. So I'm like, great. Okay. I don't remember the stat, but call them first. Like, what do we have to do to make that happen? Let's go. Yeah.
That's really, I think that's important too, especially on our side of things, as far as like creatives. I notice a lot of people, they're slow to respond. You know, they'll get to it or they get too busy, and it's like, listen, like kind of like you're saying, it's like when you can be that quick in response, then there's that element of someone being able to trust you a little bit. Like, oh wow, like if we're getting this level of customer service just off of our email, then what? Like, how else are they gonna treat us?
That's 100%. And our Google reviews, we get a lot of people talk about the call center and the communication, and they actually reference that in their Google reviews. And it's because they're not used to it. So it's a differentiator. So then when someone else, they fill out 5 lead forms, right? And I just had a meeting with call center people, and they were like, yeah, we're still here. And like, oh yeah, I filled out 5 forms, and you're the only one that called me.
Yeah, I had the same thing with a friggin' chimney company. I was like, I just need somebody to repair my chimney, and it's like I go online, fill out all these forms, and again, I think as a consumer, you really need to have that lens in your own business of like, how do you like to be treated? Like, how do you like to what kind of experience do you want to have when you do things, and then apply those things to your own business? Because it's so frustrating when it's like I put in 3 or 4 of these forms online, and it's not until like a week or 2 later that someone's like, hey, I got your lead form. I was like, I filled it out like on a Tuesday night a week ago. You should be calling me Wednesday morning, first thing in the morning, like, hey.
No.
Yeah, that's I think that's really sound advice. Yeah. So, what about like if you'd give advice to someone who's trying to scale and start a service-based business? Today's landscape seems very competitive. We all have the tools, right? As far as Google reviews and Google ads and digital ads and SEO, all these other kind of things. And so, like, what kind of things do you see actually make an impact? And like, what would you tell somebody to like focus on and work on as they're starting out?
Yeah, I would tell someone starting out to focus exclusively on their end product, the service that they're providing to the consumer. Obsess on it and make your service better than what anyone else has. Yeah. And then deliver to that client exactly what you said you're going to give them with exceptional support and communication. And you're probably going to get referrals, right? You're going to get good reviews. But the difference between the people right now who are staying, anyone can review farm, right? Yeah. You can review farm. You can go like beg people, pay people for reviews. I mean, that's going to catch up though. Excellent service, excellent customer service. If you have a product or service that you continue to provide and you're reaching a higher income market, because first off, my first bit of advice would be like, don't bottom feed. Go for the middle to higher end people. Because, I mean, you'd rather sell to that class that has more money than time. That's the easiest sales. And they care more about their time than their money. So when you value their time, then they value you. Yep. That's good advice. So we've had a lot of doctors and nurses in the Tulsa location we train one doctor, and then we end up training a whole floor of people.
Wow.
Because we made it easy for him. We took his dog, and we charged him like $4,500, right? And he didn't care about the money.
Right.
That wasn't the thing. If I tell him to do 30 minutes of homework for 6 weeks, he's like, bro, I'm working 70 hours a week at the hospital. It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
If I made the booking hard, any of that hard for him,
that's good.
He's not going to do it. So my advice would be obsess on your customer service and on your whatever the product or service is you're giving, and then make it easy for them.
Yeah, I'm writing this down. Make it easy. And then again, it's like if you go towards that higher end market, then
absolutely
those people are the ones that value, right? There's so many times where I hire somebody and then they start asking me all these questions, and I'm like, listen, I hired you. Like, I don't have the brain capacity or power to think about this right now. Like, I need you to just take this over and like, you know, make it happen. So, yeah, obsess on customer service and make it easy. I love that.
Make it easy on them.
Yeah. Do you have a family? You said you got married. Did she stay with you?
Do. Yeah. Oh, Mark. Gosh. Yes, my wife is Rachel. She's amazing.
Okay, good. I thought you were going to be like, thanks for bringing that up. She just sent me papers yesterday.
No.
I'm like, oh, sorry, dude.
Oh, we have 2 kids and one on the way.
Oh, congratulations, dude. 3. I love 3 kids is the magic number.
Yeah. We'll stop the magic there, I think, though. I think it's probably going to be enough.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like 3 is perfect. I got 3 kids, and it's like you don't have to buy a new car because they all can. You can rent a small 5-seater and all fit. You can stay in a nice hotel that has a rollaway bed with 2 queens, and you're set. You know, so
yeah, we're super excited.
Yeah, that's cool, man. All right, well, I think we got to just have you back on another time, you know, where we can just continue. When you write your first book, we can, you know, chat about
a dog training book, but it should be out in 3 months.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe you come back on at the end of the summer.
All right.
We talk about this dog training book and get more into dog training and stuff.
Awesome. Well, Mark, you're the man. Thanks for having me on, sir.
Yeah, of course. Hey, we always like to leave everybody with one action item for next week. And so whether that's maybe a book you've read or a strategy or something in order to help people better themselves in their business, what would that one piece of advice be that someone can kind of jump in on Monday and start doing?
Yeah, I think reading Ready, Fire, Aim and by Michael Masterson, and just asking yourself, hey, what do I need to not keep aiming on, but what do I need to take action on today? What can I take action on this week, today, and then pivot if I don't nail it? But at least take action on and get the ball rolling.
That's right. Progress, not perfection.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for listening to The Friday Habit. You can go to thefridayhabit.com to find show notes for this episode. You can also find links to our websites and ways to get in touch. And at the bottom of the page, you can download our guide to the Friday Habit system that'll show you how to set aside one full day each week dedicated working on your business instead of in your business. And Ryan, real quick, if people want to connect with you, if they want to buy a franchise, if they want to, you know, get you guys in their homes and with their pets, what are they going to go? Where are they going to connect with you?
Go to tiptopk9.com. That's tiptopk9.com. Fill out one of those forms and our team will get in touch with you. If you want to get in touch with me, I'm only on LinkedIn. That's it.
All right. Love it. Yeah. Get rid of the social media. It rots your brain. All right. Well, hey, until next time, remember, live every day like it's Friday.